Second guy we're going to look at, Alex Wright, 6'5", 267-pound defensive end. He took a big step up, particularly towards the end of last year. What do you see with Alex Wright?
Well, first and foremost, physically, he looked amazing. So this is a little hand-over move that I had not seen from him up to this point. So when he's at UAB, he's at a small school. And when you're at a small school, we've talked about this before, he really just won by getting on his shoulder and being bigger and faster and athletic than everybody else in those non-Power 5 conferences. So he's kind of had to take that athletic ability and turn it into pro skill set. So again, right here, you can see that right arm come over top, finish with a rip, and then he chases down the quarterback. Second play, you're going to see him, they run a jet sweep. They're actually going to block to their left, and they're going to leave him on block, and he's athletic enough to make a play. Now, the difference between what I see on the film here and what I liked about him last year is he's a lot leaner this year. He's not lighter, he's leaner. He looks absolutely physically, he's as good as anybody has improved on how he looks. He's long, he's lean. His weight is very similar, so he's lost fat and added muscle. So I think he's going to be a very key role. And again, he's a guy that doesn't have to be a star. You got Sidarius, you got Obo, you got Miles, of course, Player of the Year. You need this guy to come in and be a spot guy and find a matchup and add depth and be able to play in the second, third quarter and rush maybe down on the guard once in a while. Just a guy who's a rotational guy that can make big jumps. And I'll tell you what, like I said, physically, he was the most impressive on how he's changed his body at mandatory minicamp. Really, really impressed with this guy. Look forward to seeing him this fall.
Yeah, I'm with you. He had a little bit of success last year. You always want to see how a young guy, especially from a smaller program, takes that next step. How much did the success show him? Yeah, I belong. I mean, in his mind, he should be like, yeah, I'm an NFL defensive lineman. Now I can become a really good one.
Well, as you and I have said, the things that he has coming out of UAB, you cannot teach. You cannot teach his length. You cannot teach his speed. You cannot teach some of those things. Now, some of the finite things you learn as a defensive end with your pass rushing skill set, your pass rush repertoire, and what you're going to use, your ability to play the run, that'll come. You can coach those things up, but you can't coach up a guy who doesn't have size and speed, and he has those two things. So what the Browns are doing with their roster is they're bringing in these guys that have the physical tools. There's certain physical tools. Regardless of how good you are, you have to be a physical size and have physical ability to play in the NFL, regardless of how many plays you've made in college. And he has those physical tools. Now he's getting coached up. And you can get coached up because you don't have to be a star right away. There's stars in front of you. You can just improve every single day what Alex Wright is doing. I think he's going to have a really successful season.